Good morning, goats. Good morning, good morning. Enjoying y'all's lovely muncha muncha. Oh, y'all are so pretty. Y'all are so cute. My good goats. And this morning, guys, we have something going on with little tiny baby Sprite. Well, I say baby, she's full grown, but little small goat Sprite. We have a bit of an issue. I'm gonna tell you about it. Madam Chickens. The hay bale is not the fun roosting hangout spot. Shoo shoo. Go on. Go forage. Look, go forage. It's not the roosting spot. It's not the play spot. Go on. Go on, go forage. Our two separated baby goats are fussy. They're always fussy. Even though they have everything they need, they're fussy, fussy, fussy. Leah and Dancer. They're not liking this weaning process, being separated from Mama. Oh, Yeller's so sweet. My love, it's okay. It has to happen. You gotta get off Mama. You gotta get separated. You gotta get weaned. Just natural part of the process, baby. It's gonna be okay, I promise. She's still doing that hide under the hay feeder thing. She has learned to get up under there. She's like the perfect size to get up under there and just eat all she wants and let everybody else push and shove above her. Poor Gimli. You do your best, honey. Yeah, Sprite's got it figured out. Hey, Marshmallow Man. Hey, Meow Meow. Sweet Amelia. Oh, sweet Mama Amelia. Oh, my goodness. And good Marshmallow Man. That's my good sweet boy. That's my good man. He is so pretty. He's like a deer. Oh, Meow Meow. It's okay. Sweet Meow Meow. She's one of the older goats we have here. And she's kidded for us 3 times, I believe. Yeah, I think it's 3 now. And she has beautiful babies. And she's such a good mama. She does so well. And as y'all know, Marshmallow is our weather, but we're soon to have 2 weathers. Pretty soon, Henry boy, Stanky Henry, my sweet, sweet Henry man, he's going to turn into a weather, yeah. And he's going to be our lovely little pet. Yep, you're going to hang up your days of breeding, you're going to hang up those shoes and just retire and be a sweet, sweet weather, just like Marshmallow. So pretty. I love these goats. Missy girl is as old as Marshmallow. She's getting on up there in years. She was one of our breeding does, but as y'all saw in one of our previous videos, her last kidding did not go super well. So we figured that, you know, because of her age, we think we should go ahead and retire her from breeding. So she will not be breeding for us anymore. She will just be one of our retired pets. She's going to live out the rest of her goat life on our homestead, and we're going to love her. And she's our sweet pet now. And she's a good girl. Missy and Marshmallow are like the elders of the tribe. I've always said they are the oldest goats that we have, and they're wise, and they kind of keep everybody in line. They kind of control the herd. They lead the herd, and they tell everybody what to do. They don't get in trouble. They don't escape. They don't try to kill themselves. They don't do anything crazy. They're just old, retired, laid-back elders. They're just wise goats, and they just kind of tell all these young whippersnappers what to do. Now, I don't know if y'all remember the story of the beginning of baby Sprite. I always call her baby Sprite. I know that she's a grown-up, but I call her baby Sprite. I don't know if y'all remember the story of the beginning of her, though, and her story of how she came to be with us or not. And I'll go ahead and just tell you the wonderful story of how she came to be. So it was a little bit, you know, it was meant to be a tragic story that turned out really well. My father and his wife they bred goats for a while. They had a herd of goats and they bred goats. And there was a brush goat that they had, a lovely black, smaller. She was almost dwarf size. She was very little. small brush goat. And we had a nice buck named Samson. If y'all look way back in, this is like ancient times in our videos, y'all will see old Samson, and y'all remember our buck Samson. So we had Samson, who was a Kiko boar mix. He was a Kiko boar buck. And they needed a breeding buck to breed these new brush goats that they had. So we gave them our buck because we didn't need a breeding buck anymore, and we were getting a different buck. We were about to get Henry. And so we gave them the Kiko boar buck named Samson. He's so sweet. He was a big boy. He was like a, he was a huge honking goat. He was a monster goat, but he had the sweetest personality. He was so sweet, completely not aggressive. He would let you hug him, snuggle him. He was a big old baby, y'all. He was so sweet. But we gave them Samson, and he bred all of their does. And so he bred that little black brush goat. Well, lo and behold, she had babies, but she had triplets. So, yeah, as you know, when goats get to having like 3, 4, 5 babies, it's hard for them to take care of them. They may reject one of them. Things can go awry when they start having too many. They only have 2 teats, and sometimes the mama can care for them and sometimes they can't. Well, this mama in particular, the day that she kidded, I got a call from my dad's wife, and she said, I think they've had the babies. I need you to come check. So I ran over there to check to make sure all was well. Well, all was not well. It turned out that the mama had 2 healthy, strong, big honking boar Kiko mix babies and 1 little Sprite baby. Itty bitty. She was maybe a third of the size of her brother and sister. And also the mama had chosen to take care of those 2 healthy big babies and clean them up and nurse them. And she had left Sprite laying in a wet puddle, had her and not cleaned her, and just left her there, not nursed her or anything. Sprite was not doing well. Sprite would have died if someone had not intervened. So I got a towel, scooped the baby up, rushed it home, and it was the smallest baby I had ever held, the smallest goat baby I'd ever seen in my life. She was teeny tiny, and I didn't know if she would make it. But we cleaned her up, we dried her off, we fed her, and lo and behold, she did make it. And my daughters were so pleased to pamper baby Sprite. And we call her baby Sprite because y'all need to look back and watch the videos of her wearing a diaper, going to the store with us. We babied that baby. I mean, she was called baby Sprite for a reason. She was baby Sprite. Showed her off through the store with her diaper on, riding in a buggy. Just, we put clothes on her. She was our baby. She was our pampered little baby Sprite. And it was so enjoyable. And we would let her walk in the yard with us, just like a family pet, like a dog or something. And we'd say, baby Sprite, doo, 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 doo. And she would come running across the yard and run over to us and expect a bottle and expect food and expect snuggles. And so sweet. And she still is to this day. She's so cuddleable and so sweet and so lovey. You can do anything with her. You could walk her through the yard. So that was the miraculous recovery of tiny baby Sprite. But today we have something going on with tiny baby Sprite. Don't we, ma'am? Don't we? And I'm not sure what it is. So we're checking on her. The thing that we have found, the sign that we have found to know that something's going on, is that my daughter, when she was milking this morning, when she was milking the other does, she looked up and she saw discharge coming out of baby Sprite. She's having a lot of back end discharge. And we did not think that she was bred. Obviously you can look at her and there's no belly. There's, to me, in my humble opinion, there's no way that there's a baby hiding in there. That is too small. There's no way that she's hiding a little tiny baby. And if she is, that's going to be the smallest baby there ever was. But that much discharge usually means one thing, right? And it's looking like that kind of discharge. It's looking like the bubble that comes out before birth, and it's looking like she's about to have a baby. So I don't know if she's in the early stages of labor or if something's going on. I don't know what else it could be besides labor. Like what else could it be if she's discharging that much? I'm gonna have to do some research But we're pretty sure that that's what it is. So we're just going to keep an eye on her all day today and just kind of see what happens. If we have a baby from Baby Sprite today, oh my gosh. And the reason that the chickens have all decided to gather around the hay bale and I hear them making the "I just laid an egg" sound is because everything is wet. Everything has puddles out there. The ground is soaked. It's muddy. So all the chickens have decided that the hay bale is the driest, safest place to lay an egg. So they're not venturing out into that mud and the mud puddles very much. I think they're going to be hanging out here under the shelter of the barn pretty much all day today. So we're going to be having an Easter egg hunt today. Those of you who own chickens, don't you just love running around everywhere looking for eggs? Having Easter egg hunt all the time? Not. I do love having eggs. I love having chickens, and I'm happy to go collect them. I do not like searching everywhere, high and low, all over the barnyard for eggs. I really would like them to lay in one place. I don't think anybody who owns chickens ever has chickens who always lay in one place. There's always going to be that one bad little chicken or that one group of stray chickens that don't follow the rules. And they don't want to lay in the nesting boxes. And there's always going to be rainy days, which does cause them to like branch out and go explore and find dry places. When it's muddy and yucky, they don't want to follow the rules. They want to go find the nice hidey hole, the nice comfy, dry, safe place. That's just what birds do. And it's going to be rainy all week, so I think we're going to be having an Easter egg hunt all week long anyway. So it is what it is. I'm still going to go find the eggs because I want the eggs. Oh, I saw her, y'all. I saw her. She just now quit. I wish I could have filmed it a little faster. She raised up and she turned the eggs. She was getting up to turn them and resituate them. And I saw them underneath there for a second. But I am going to get in here and have a look here in a second. I'm going to have a look and see and just check and make sure the duck eggs are looking good. And I'm sure they're okay because she has been like sitting on them like it's her just job in life, like her life depends on it. She is like all business, y'all. She's been serious sitting on these eggs and has not moved. So I'm sure they're okay, but I'm going to check just to be sure. Okay, Mama. Can I see your babies? Can I have a look? Now, Potato is not like screamy or aggressive or anything. She does make the growly sound, but she has not pecked or been overly mean or aggressive. Potato is actually a very sweet chicken. Oh, nice. Well, you have one egg that doesn't belong here, baby. I think you had a little misfire or a whoops, or maybe someone donated. I'm not sure. Okay, let me put those back up under you, baby. Okay. All right, you can have that. Okay. The eggs look good. The eggs look safe. The eggs look awesome. All right. Good job, Mama Potato. Yeah, we're going to candle those eggs tonight. It's going to be candle time tonight. We're going to check and see what's cooking in there. For those of you who don't know, little Potato, that chicken right there, is a chicken that we got from I'm a Survivor. That was one of the babies of Pepper. We got Pepper and a whole bunch of babies that came with us from Lester and Jamie at I'm a Survivor Homestead. Well, I'm a Survivor Sanctuary. They're a sanctuary. And we built a garden for them. Y'all can go back and look at that pretty garden if you want to, if you're interested in seeing us build a huge raised bed, glorious garden for them. That was the prettiest garden I've ever made in my life. But we got these chickens from them. We got Mama Pepper and a whole bunch of babies. Well, Potato was one of those babies. Now she's full grown and having her own babies. Well, the first babies that we gave her to hatch out are not chicken babies. Because that's how we roll around here. We have a chicken that's already hatched out goose eggs. We have geese that have bonded with turkeys and think that they're brother and sister with turkeys. We're a hodgepodge. We're a mix. But this chicken, Potato, is sitting on duck eggs. And where did these duck eggs come from? Cog Hill Farm. They came from Jason and Brooke at Cog Hill Farm. I got permission to take as many of the different kinds of eggs as I wanted, either duck eggs or goose eggs, and I got some good, viable duck eggs. At least I think they are. We're going to candle them tonight. I hope that they're fertilized. I hope they're cooking well, and I hope we can have some ducks from Cog Hill Farm living here at our homestead. But she's sitting on duck eggs. And there's 5 of them. I think I didn't count when I lifted her up. I think there's 5 of them. But if all goes well, she will hatch out duck babies. So this is what I was talking about, y'all. It got all dirty because she sat in like the dirt and the hay. So it got all dirty. But there is a lot of discharge that's been coming out all morning. And kind of like a bubble, like a pre-birth bubble thing is coming out and happening. Now that's not supposed to happen on a normal basis, but if she were pregnant or if she were miscarrying or about to give birth, then that's what you would typically see, is a lot of discharge and kind of like a bubble coming out. So that's what we've been seeing all morning from her, and it's got us a little nervous. We're a little concerned, ma'am. Can you tell us what's going on? I mean, I'm looking at this belly and, oh, she's a little standoffish. She don't want me to touch the belly. You don't want me to touch the belly? Look, she's moving away from me. Uh-oh. But that belly is not big. I mean, I don't feel anything. She's not big and wide. Yeah, let me pet you, honey. Let me pet you. Yeah. I just loving on it. I just loving on it. Okay, yeah, good baby Sprite. And she's got her tail up. Look, her tail is like up and strained. She's got it arched way up. I don't know. I'm not sure. She could be in early labor. Could be miscarrying. I'm not sure. I'm not a goat expert by any means, so just trying to figure this part out. And she is a very exceptional goat. She's like an exception to the rules. Like I said, her mama was solid black. She came out solid white, like her daddy. And she was one of triplets, and she was the runt. And I don't know how her breeding will go. We did get her the smallest mate we could find. That's why we got baby Gimli, little tiny baby Gimli buck, who's half pygmy, half Nigerian dwarf. And that's why he is her mate, because he's the smallest little buck we've ever had in our life, and probably the smallest one we would ever find. And so if she were to be bred, we wanted her to be bred with a teeny tiny buck, because she is a very, very small, full-size goat. And she wasn't meant to be this small, but she is. She's a little stunted, or, you know, she's the runt. So we were hoping that, you know, the sizes would match. So if she is having a baby, it's going to be a very teeny tiny, very small baby. And for those of you who don't know about that, how that works, we do have the large breeding buck in here, but he did not breed Sprite because the size doesn't match, and they physically can't reach, and they don't match up. So big bucks cannot breed little tiny does, and little teeny tiny bucks cannot breed large does. So we have a large buck to breed our full size does, and we have little teeny tiny Gimli, the little baby buck, to breed baby Sprite. That's specifically why we got him, to be a companion and a mate for her. So that's how it works. The sizes have to match up. Missy, do you know what's going on? Do you know what's going on, honey? Can you tell me? Y'all always know what's going on before I do. Can y'all tell me? Marshmallow, you can tell me, man. Look, I won't freak out. Just tell me what's going on. Tell me what's happening with baby Sprite. They're always ready. When it's kidding season, they're always like on guard. They're always ready. They always know before we do. Well, if y'all two know something, y'all help me out here. Let me know, because I want this to go well. I'm really nervous about baby Sprite. I'm really worried about her. Yeah, Missy's going to check on baby Sprite. Oh my goodness. Well, she laid down again under the hay feeder. She keeps getting up, laying down, getting up, laying down. I'm gonna keep checking. I'm gonna be spending a lot of time in this barn today. I should probably get dressed. I'm still in my pajamas. I came out here first thing this morning when Sarah told me about baby Sprite. Haven't had breakfast, haven't had my Korea brew, haven't brushed my teeth, nothing. I should probably go get dressed and get ready for day. And then I can come camp out here, bring some snacks. I'm gonna camp out and watch baby Sprite for a while. That's the plan. I'm gonna do that. For those of y'all wondering about our bunnies, they're still free range of bunnies. They're still here. They're still hipping hopping through the barn. So they scamper through the barn, and then they go out to the grass, and they're happy bunnies. They come and go. They're like jumping jack flash. You just see them as they pass. You got to wave to the bunnies as they run by, and you'll see them in a little bit. I love free range bunnies. They're just kind of there. I got to take a bit of a break real quick from watching Baby Sprite, and I have to water this greenhouse. All these plants need water. It's time to get them watered. Okay, second round of checking on Baby Sprite. Now she's up on the spool thing, just chilling. I don't know, y'all. I don't know what's going on with her. I have no idea. This is weird. We're just watching and waiting. I hope everything's okay with her. Like, I don't know what else could be going on with her, but yep. We're just monitoring. I'm just gonna keep checking. I've also got to step away from Baby Sprite for a second because I've got a wee bit of planting to do. Y'all remember that watermelon that's been living on my windowsill? Well, it's got to get planted. So I think I found a spot for it in this raised bed. It's just, you know, if it lives, it does. If it doesn't, well, it's not a huge loss. But I'd like to give it a chance. So I'm gonna stick it in my raised bed and see if it can just grow me yet another watermelon plant. It is getting a little bit crowded in here, but I did have this one last little spot down in this dirt that I think would be perfect. So I'll get in there, mound it up a little bit. There we go. All right, and it can just trail off on over into that weed fabric. It can go off into the weed fabric once it gets a little more established, and it should be fine as long as the cats don't play in it. Sangria watermelon. Voila. And I was just gonna stick a couple of these packets of zinnias that aren't gonna sell and they need to be planted. These are little dwarf zinnias. So I just wanted to stick them somewhere just to add some color to this raised bed. I can always add more color. You can always add more flowers, guys. So I'm just gonna add some more to it and see what they do. These zinnias are a little bit bigger. These are the big size zinnias, but they may not reach their full potential because they are a little behind, a little stunted. They should have been planted a long time ago. So again, we're just putting them in the dirt just to give them a chance at life, just to see what they do. And maybe they'll add some color to my raised beds. The little sweet olive tree and the little evergreen bush that was given to me by my mother are still doing well. They seem to be enjoying the pots that I put them in, and they seem to like the heat of the summer. They aren't flinching or dying away, so I think they're good. My goodness, that zucchini is getting huge. I wonder how much bigger it'll be before the bloom dies off of it. That's pretty big already. Ooh, getting sizable. Out here watching Baby Sprite. I'm on sort of a baby watch now. Got my snack. I'm just watching. I was thinking about that earlier. Oh, let me show you something real quick. You'll see it? She lifted up and she resituated her little duck eggs. I saw the duck eggs. She pushed one out, she resituated one, she turned one, she tucked it back in and scooted them all around, and now she's back up under them. I swear, every time she sees me checking on her, every time she sees me with a camera up close to her, she's like, oh, I didn't do nothing. You know, she's all trying to be secretive and sneaky about it. She's trying to not let me see her move those eggs around. She's very like all business about this whole sitting on eggs thing. But yeah, like I was saying, I just been thinking about how very little control we have over things, especially in farm life. We don't have a lot of control over much, do we? We definitely can't control the weather, that's for sure. We all know that, but can't control what happens with your animals to a certain extent. I mean, you can, to a certain extent, predict things. You can prevent things. You can do your best. You can care for them in your best possible way. You can give them vaccines. You can, you can fix them to prevent pregnancies. You can do all these things to control the outcome best you can, but you can't control everything. There's always something that's going to go on with that animal that is beyond our control. There's always something that happens that we didn't predict or we didn't foresee or we can't prevent. I was just thinking about that, how very little control we have over what goes on in our world, which, I mean, we're not supposed to. We're only human. We're not supposed to have control over everything, right? But at some point, as a caretaker of animals and as a gardener, as a homesteading woman, I just have to like kind of throw my hands up and step back and say, nature's going to do what it's going to do. I have to accept the fact that I can't control everything. Like I said, I do my best and I control what I can, but at some point you have to be okay with whatever outcome happens, because you're not going to be able to control every situation and every outcome. So that's kind of where I'm at with Baby Sprite today. I'm just like, I don't know what's going on and I can't control this and I can't explain this, but I didn't think she was bred. We didn't see her go into heat and get bred, but it may have happened without our knowledge. If she does have a baby, how's it going to go? Is it going to be stillborn? Is it only going to be one? Is she hiding twins? Are they going to live? Are they going to thrive? I don't know. It's a complete wild card situation. I don't even know if that's what's happening to her right now. Is she in labor or is she not? Does she have something going on with her that I need to address? Or is this just maybe something her body's doing that it has to work through on its own? I got nothing. So for now, I just sit and monitor, and if something changes or if I feel that I need to intervene, I will. But at some point, you can't worry yourself to death. You can't rack your nerves over it. You got to just accept the fact that you're not in complete control. There is someone who is in complete control, but it's not me. No, look. When I'm done with most of the banana, I'll give you the end of the banana. I'll give you the tail end of the banana. And look, for all of you other birds, I'll throw in the peel. I'll throw in the banana peel. Is that a square deal? Is that fair? Okay. Y'all let me eat my banana. I got dirty hands, so I'm not breaking this banana apart. I'm not going to tear the banana apart and give everybody a little piece. No. It's not that kind of spoiling day. Just let me get done, and I'll give you the end of my banana. I promise. The goslings have decided to join the goats. The goslings are walking around in the goat pen. That is cute. They're hiding behind the goats now, but there they are. Those goslings will come and join the goats every now and then, hang out with them. I think that's cute. And they don't mind them. They want to see their mama frizzle. Y'all see her dirt bathing? Let's see if I can zoom in on that. She's dust bathing right there. And the babies were wondering where their mama was. They were checking on Mama Chicken. That is so sweet. They went to go find Mama. Mama's in the goat area, babies. She's just taking a bath. Mama's having a bath right now, babies. She'll be with y'all in a minute. Yeah, she'll be with you in a minute. No change so far. A little bit more discharge out the back end, but not a lot of change so far. Just don't know what is going on. I don't know if she's just going into a heat cycle or if she's in early labor or what's going on. Usually they don't discharge with you see the small bubble? Usually they don't discharge like that without a good reason. I don't know. She doesn't seem big and wide and pregnant to me. That's not exactly a baby bump there. That's just her normal size. What's going on, baby Sprite? What's going on? This is Avery's favorite little tiny bird named Finch. We named it Finch because it is small, small, small. Just like a little tiny finch bird. It's also one of the I'm a Survivor babies. It's another one of Pepper's children, Mama Pepper's babies that came from Jamie and Lester. And it's beautiful. I don't know who its parents are. Obviously it was a donated egg to Pepper. I do not think it's Pepper's actual biological child. It's just a donated egg, but she is a teeny tiny little hen that Avery, my daughter, loves so much. She has pampered and loved on that baby. She loves little Finch, and she's a sweet, cute bird. Okay guys, Sprite, you tell them what's going on, honey. You tell them. Yeah. Oh, Gimli. Gimli. You don't need to be part of the action. Now you tell me if you're a daddy, Gimli. You tell me. Henry, we know you're a daddy. We know you're a big old daddy. You got lots of babies in the world. Gimli, back up a little so they can see you, honey. Oh. Gimli pushed over the camera, guys. Sorry. Gimli and Sprite, is there something y'all need to tell us? Is there something you need to tell us, honey bunnies? You gonna let me love on you now that you're done eating? Yeah, you gonna let me love on you? Oh, sweet. Oh, sweet. That would be so cute if y'all are parents. I would be thrilled. I'm not gonna lie. I would be thrilled. Yeah. I would be very happy if y'all are parents and y'all had a little tiny. That would be so cute. That would be just too cute. I'd love on it just as much as I love on y'all. I would, yeah. See, another thing that kind of tells me that it's not her going into heat or anything like that is because Gimli and Henry are not acting crazy. They're not instantly going into rut and losing their mind. They're not acting like they smell a doe in heat. So since they're not reacting to her, that leads me to believe that she's not going into heat, because the males definitely respond. When the women go into heat, the males instantly respond. They go into rut. They start losing their mind. It's all chaos in here. So since none of that is happening, that leads me to believe that something else is up. You're just a baby. My goodness, you're just a baby. You little that baby. Now, he was a bottle baby. Little Gimli, Sprite's mate, he was a bottle baby, and that's why he is so sweet. That's why he is the way he is, so cuddleable and lovable. And anybody can just run up on him and just pet him and snuggle him, and he'll love it. He's like a little tiny puppy dog. You can just hold him, like we lift him up, hold him, and carry him, and he's just a baby. He's so sweet. There's a sweet boy. I like it better when you're not all stanky and in rut. I like you better when you're not all stanky. I like you when you're sweet and snuggling. You smell good. You smell like a regular goat now. All done with that old rut stuff that we had several months back. That's a good boy. There it is. I caught her. I got her. She squished one egg out between her wing to give it some air. Like if they get too hot or too high humidity, the chicken always knows. Chickens are so smart, y'all. They know if the egg is too warm, and they'll push it out a little bit like that underneath their wing just to give it some air, just to air out the egg for just a minute. And they know. I don't know how they know, but they can control that incubation environment under their bellies just so well. But there's one of the duck eggs, and she's making sure it's taken care of. Good mama. Good mama. Okay, I'm out here again checking on baby Sprite. Gimli seems very concerned too. Gimli seems to be hovering over her, snuggling on her, checking on her. And they always lay together for nap time. They have always kind of stuck together and done that. So that's not unusual for him to lay next to her, cuddle next to her. But he seems extra intent on being around her and hovering over her and checking on her. And she's just laying down resting. So I just keep monitoring, just keep checking. I'll come out here every 30 minutes or so. Henry is wondering what that is Henry's smelling like, something's up. He keeps smelling her back end and he knows something's going on. He's not smelling with interest to breed. He's just like, I know that smell. Yeah, and Henry always did get a little too excitable and curious whenever does were having their babies. He would always get all up in their business and be very interested in what was going on here. Now she's hiding under the hay feeder, and Henry has taken up guard. I guess they've switched out and taken turns, but now Henry is the one laying down by baby Sprite and snuggled up next to her and checking on her. So she's just napping underneath the hay feeder where she feels safe. That's her favorite hidey spot. So I'll keep watching her. Good job, Henry. Way to stand guard, buddy. Good job. Okay, so this is the solution we've come up with for now. Miss Sprite, Madam Sprite, is going to be in here with our two babies that are being weaned. So she can kind of be separated from all those bigger goats and those bucks that get way too curious sniffing up her personal business. So if she is going into labor, if she is having a baby, they won't be all over the place, and she'll have a little bit more privacy in here with these two babies. They kind of mind their own business. So I think that'll be better away from that big herd, and she can be with smaller goats in here and have a nice soft hay spot to have a baby if that's what she's going to do, which it looks like. I mean, that's what it's looking like. Doesn't look like heat. It looks like baby, so we shall see. She is talking to those babies. And they talk back to her. I don't know what they're saying, but she talks to them and they talk to her. So cute. With their chicken mama. Well, family, we have come to the conclusion that she could be presenting signs of the fact that she's going to go into labor in the next few days or even the next few weeks. It could be a while. So her body could be getting ready, it could be gearing up, and it could be several days. You know, it could be tomorrow or it could be, you know, up to a month from now. We just don't know. Obviously, there is something going on. I'm pretty sure that she's bred and that she's going to have a baby soon. I think her body's telling us that it's almost time, but she hasn't bagged up and she hasn't presented any signs of like immediate labor, like active labor. She's just discharging, and she's, you know, showing those signs of, you know, getting ready. So we're going to be on the watch for the next several days, just keeping an eye on it, and I'm sure it'll come. You know, obviously if she is pregnant, if she is bred, the baby's going to present itself sooner or later. So it's just a matter of waiting now. It's just a waiting game. So we're going to keep monitoring her, but we do have her separated with the weaned baby goats now, so she'll be much happier in a smaller herd, in a smaller secluded area with lots of hay and lots of bedding, and the babies won't bother her at all. She loves those babies, and I think it'll be much more peaceful for her to have that baby in that area if she's going to. So that's what we're going to do for now. We're just going to keep her separated and keep watching. I'm really thrilled. I'm over the moon about the fact that I will probably have a little baby from my baby Sprite. That is going to be adorable. It's going to be so cute. Thank you guys. I'll see you soon. Bye.